I'm David Kennedy. I graduated from Stanford in 1963 and I joined the faculty here in 1967. So I've been teaching at Stanford in the history department for 42 years. Did the Pulitzer Prize change my life? Well, only in the sense that I came to discover that people now valued my opinion about any range of things much more highly than they did the day before. So it changed my life in that way, yeah. Well, I was the first person in my family to go to college, and though my parents supported that very strongly, they, to be honest, weren't very sophisticated about it. My father had essentially had his life really badly broken by the Great Depression. He was unemployed for 7 years. So he just simply did not have the means to send me to a private university. I applied to Stanford and got a scholarship that paid half tuition, about $500. And I very proudly showed this to my father and assumed that would be enough to clinch his acceptance of my coming to Stanford. And he said, no, that's good, kid, but not enough. Well, I interviewed with this local Seattle-Stanford club to get a supplemental scholarship, and I did not get it. Very disappointing, and my father was still not ready to sign off on this. But a few days later, somebody from that interview committee called me and said, hey kid, have you ever heard of such a thing called a hashing job? Which I hadn't. Of course, it means helping out in the food service and waiting on table, cleaning dishes, that sort of thing, for which you got your meals, your board. So I said, that sounds fine to me, and I told that to my father, and that saved a few $100, and then he said, okay, I guess we can handle it. I think my lifelong project actually is one that was inspired by a professor I had at Stanford in a particular course that he taught. It was David Potter, and a course called The American Character, which I took in my junior year, where he framed some questions about the nature of American society, what he called the American character, that I found just deeply intriguing and intellectually fascinating. That's what sent me off to graduate school in history, and it's that kind of lifelong quest to understand this society deeply in its essence that I think has been what's kept me going all these years. Well, if I met my donor, I would thank him or her with all my heart. Without that financial aid, I would not and could not have come to Stanford University, and my life would be very, very different.